Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Arachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, tell us the truth. Honors and citations to the elect, and to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, because the shut of us first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai. He is the deliverer, because he come and deliver us out of captivity that win. My name is Micah Allah Ben Gab Ben Yasharallah, the Church of Philadelphia camp here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, come back at you with another one. And as the title says, hell is not a place that you burn forever. All right, because for one, it's a little basic lesson. This guy I've seen, I think Apostle Tahar did something on it, talking about Nate. They now they're teaching hell. Just like it's just a Christian church, because that's the same thing a Christian church teaches. And before I ever hopped on this video, I was online or whatever. So I'm at the plant. I was scrolling through certain things. There's a guy talking about IUIC. He's a sort of a Christian pastor. Now, one thing he was talking about IUIC and another group. All right, with the Christians, they believe in hell. All right, they teach that same doctrine. IUIC believes in it, that they teach that hell doctrine. And there's no difference really, except for they call themselves Israelite. And this dude said, this pastor, I forgot his name, but he said that he has to agree that he's an Israelite. Well, that's the only good thing that came out of that. All right, now if he's a member of the elect, all right, he'll make it. The Lord will bring him up. I'll bring him up out of that that madness. But let's get into the lesson. Give me the etymology of the word hell. Give me the etymology of the word hell. All right, so here we go, man. All right, so here we go. So check this out. Now you have look, check this out. All right, because when you go into the scriptures, hell goes to Sheol or Gehenna, all right, which is the grave or the pit. All right, so check this out. Went to the online etymology. All right, see that? Going to the word hell, okay? It says also hell, old English, hell, H-E-L, or helly, H-E-L-L, netherworld, abode of the dead. All right, it says netherworld, abode of the dead. And if you think about it, you ride past a cemetery. What's in a cemetery? The abode of the dead, a place where the dead is at. All right, and that's what Yahweh Shah compared the lake of fire to over there. I forgot the name. I gotta get the name. When Yahweh Shah referred to it, but it was a place where they threw the trash at, and they just burned it. All right, and that's the same thing the Lord was referring to that place as it's going to be that's going to be America, because all the garbage in Babylon, America is going to be burnt. And the only thing that's going to be salvaged is what? The elect. Salvation is coming to what? The elect. The only things that's worthy of being saved out of this hell to come. All right, not no damn place where you go, a man with a pitchfork and a red and it's all red running around, and you're burning in torment forever. That's impossible for a spirit that's complete energy to burn forever, man. All right, so that doesn't make any sense. And if anybody believes that, hey, the Lord is not dealing with you, man. You're blinded by that, and that's a lie coming out of a man's mouth that people believe. But anyway, it says abode of the dead, infernal regions, place of torment for the wicked after death. See, that's a lie. All right, it says place of torment for the wicked after death. All right, and the scriptures tell you, Ecclesiastes 12:7 says, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, And what? The spirit goes back to God who created it. So it doesn't tell you in the scriptures, oh, yeah, you're going to go here and burn forever. Where the hell did they get that from? Which, matter of fact, which scripture is that? If anybody can get that scripture, now you can't get it. If anybody can get that scripture, oh, you're going to go to hell and burn forever, then bring it out. All right, I'll wait. Anyway, it says, it tells you, what's that? Matter of fact, I get it, but anyway, it says from Proto-Germanic Haljo, the underworld. Source also of Old Frisian, Heli or Saxon Hella, Dutch Hell or Old Norse Hell, German Holy, Gothic, Helja, Hell, literally concealed place. See that it says a concealed place. And when you're put in a casket and you're put in the ground, what's that? You're being put into a concealed place. All right. It says compare Old Norse, here it goes. Norse, Hellerir, Hell-ir, cave, cavern, from palm root, kel, to cover, conceal, save. All right. So that's basically what hell is. Let's keep going. All right, that's enough on that, man. Let's get in the scriptures. All right. As Malak Dawah, King David told you, he said if he was in hell, the Lord would be there. All right. Yahweh Shah himself went into the grave. He went into hell. What's that? What was the hell Yahweh Shah went? He went into the grave and conquered death. All right. Yahweh Shah body he wasn't down there in no damn fire walking through to get the keys from Satan like these goddamn Christians say, man. That's false, man. That's false. Anyway, we're going to talk about hell and get it for you. This is Revelations. All right. And these are the people that's, if you want to go into hell, that the hell was coming. Well, hell is a condition. All right. Heaven is a condition. All right. Where the heaven, the kingdom on earth is coming. That's going to be the Israelites' heaven. The kingdom of who? Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Ba'ashem Arakakadash. All right. So hold on. Let's get this real fast. This is Revelations chapter, bear with me. Revelations chapter 21 and 8. All right. Give me 1 second. This is Revelation chapter 21, verse 8, and it reads, matter of fact, let's get this. I'm going to start at verse 6. Revelations 21 and 6, it says, and he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is as a thirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that cometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake of fire, which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. All right. So it says that's the second death. See that? It said fire and brimstone. So now if it's saying the second death, you gotta be like, damn, well, what is the first death? All right. Matter of fact, let's get that. Matter of fact, let's get this real fast. Then I'm gonna go into the second or the first death. The first death was what? The flood, man. All right. Was that hell? Did them people, oh, you're going to hell? You don't believe. They wasn't talking like that back then. Hey, shalom, my guy. Yabba my brother right there. So it's telling you, all right, so just get this right here. I'm gonna get the lake of fire. Here we go, lake of fire. No, it's not gonna give you the whole. All right, hold on. And we always say this every week when we at camp, man. You know, the lake of fire we live in it, man. It's America. Babylon just hasn't been ignited because this place is the only place on the face of the earth that's going to be completely destroyed, man. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, man. All right, so that was a glimpse of hell, that destruction. All right, but it says the second death. So let's get this real fast. That's the second death, okay? And all those people that was back then, they was doing on the same how you say, I want to say frequency, or they was under the same vibration as the people are now. It's like in the days of Noah. All right, what it say? Yahweh Shah said, as in the days of Noah, people were giving, drinking, giving the marriage, drinking, and all this other stuff, basically bullshitting, partying until the flood came, and that was the first death. So let's get this right here. What was the first death mentioned in the Bible, KJV? No, that's not. That's not what I want. All right, hold on. Just bear with me. Because I know that like these when you look certain things up, they always try to give you something. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask you this. Was the flood the first death? KJV. I saying how long Adam lived. All right. Said Adam's death according to all right, it's not talking about that. All right. Matter of fact, you know what? All right, here we go. Genesis flood narration. Let's see. Great flood. Hold on, just bear with me real fast. Was the flood of Noah the first death? KJV. See now, here we go. This is some bullshit. It's talking about no. It says the first death according to okay, you know what? All right. According to the King James Bible, as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these, referring to people in the time of the flood. It says 2 Ezra 3:10. This implies that the first death occurred with Adam. All right, so the first death was the flood, man. All right, with Noah in Noah's time, because that's when the Lord completely wiped out, uh, you know, everything basically. He saved the what was those seven souls. All right, so when you go into what we was just reading, Revelations 21:8, it talks about the second death. All right, which is coming. Which the Lord is going to wipe out everything again. Well, not completely wipe out everything, but this place that we living in, Babylon, the Great, so to speak, that's going to be worse than a flood because this is going to be the purge of the Lord flooded the place out first. This time is coming with that fuel of fire, and that's going to be your hell, man. That burning. With these Christians are some, oh, you're going to, and that's what they are saying. Oh, you're going to hell. And these Christians, they teach that. Yo, just look at it. Your spirit is complete energy. When you look up in these skies and you see them chariots moving, they look like a ball of energy, man. So try, and when you see them, the military shooting the missiles at the chariots and they just breeze through them, how can you burn? You cannot burn that. It's not possible, man. It's not possible to burn energy, man. It doesn't make sense. So them people talking about, oh, hell, well, you're already here, man. How about that? We're going to prove it through the scriptures. Let's go to Romans chapter 6. Matter of fact, I got a perfect one. Just give me 1 second. These are scripts I have written down, but they're coming to me as I'm doing a lesson. So let's get Romans chapter 6 and 23. That's how you know that these wacky tacky Christians, they don't read, man. Because hell was not a place that you're going to burn forever. That's bullshit. No, this is not a good one. But I'll read it anyway. This is Romans chapter 6, verse 23. It says, "For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life through Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach, our power, Lord." So basically, with that, you know, from our sins, what we get put to death. All right. And being put to death, what do they put you at? When your body, when your spirit leaves your body, your body is comes from the earth. So you're put back into the ground. All right, which is what? Sheol. Matter of fact, I'll prove that real fast. Let's get this real quick. All right. Here we go. Let's get this one. Deuteronomy. Man, here we go. This is good. This is all right. Here we go. Deuteronomy 32. Hold up. And 22. It says, "For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell." You see that? "And shall burn unto the lowest hell." All right. "And shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains," man. That's hell. So it says burn into the lowest hell. What is that? So let's get it. Let's get that. Hold on. Now let's get the word hell right here. All right. In Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 22. And it says burn to the lowest hell. Okay. So where's this word hell? And I believe it should say Sha'al. All right. Come. Check it out.
Strong's H 7585. Sheol. And second entry, Sheol.
Which is Sha'al. All right, we just read the characters. See that right there? We got what? Sha'al. All right. Which here we go. It says online, the outline of Bible uses Sha'al. Underworld, grave, hell, pit. See that? Grave, hell, a pit. The underworld, that's bullshit. All right. Sha'al, the Old Testament designation for the abode of the dead. All right. That's the grave. Place of no return. So when your body, when you complete this age, right? In this time frame, you completed your age. This body that you see me in is going to the ground. I'm never going to return to this body again. Just like we had plenty of bodies before. Guess where they at? In the pit, in the grave. And your spirit went right back up to Yahweh outside. You got your judgment, and you came back down here to live it. And nowhere in between. They'll just say, that purgatory, or going to a place where you burn forever. That's a bunch of BS, man. All right, it says place of no return. It says, as a matter of fact, it was a song by this dude, Notorious B.I.G. And one lyric he said on there, he said, he was talking about making moves. He said, "And dead men don't make no moves," because he was saying basically like you in the grave, man. It's no more movement. Death wipes away your memory. There's no remembrance of your past life here. All right. And right now, as an Israelite man, I'm living in hell. All right. This is hell. Am I burning? No, but the burn is coming if I'm a wicked man. All right. When the Lord ignites this place and sets it on fire. All right. That's going to be your hell. That's the lake of fire, man. All right. Which I'm going to prove to you in the last couple of scripts I got, but keep going, right? Just to prove to you that hell is not a place where you burn forever. All right, it says, place of no return, without praise of the Most High. Wicked sin, let's say wicked sin for punishment. That's bullshit. It says, righteous not abandoned to it. All right. Matter of fact, and that makes me think of my next scripture I want to bring out. It says, a place of exile, of extreme degradation and sin. No, that's false. All right. But basically what it is what? The grave, hell, pit. Sha'al. All right, so let's go back here. All right, got a couple more. Hold on. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me get this real quick. I know it's in Psalms. Thou shalt not suffer thy holy one to see corruption. KJV.
The verse you're thinking of is
Okay.
from Psalm chapter 16, verse 10.
Psalms chapter 16 and 10. All right. To furthermore prove the point, and this was Malak Dawah, King David. Speaking this said, and the word it says it right there. So Psalms 19 and 16. All right, with Psalms chapter 19, verse 16, which reads, Salakia, not no 16. Forgive me. 16 and 10, forgive me. Psalm 16 and 10. 16, chapter 10. All right, check it out. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 16, verse 10. It says, for thou wilt not leave my soul in hell. You see, that's the only scripture I got to read. For real, for real. You know, it says, for thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. In a nutshell. So, any Christian, just easily debunked. You know, Psalms chapter 16 and 10 easily debunks that whole hell doctrine that you're going to burn forever. I'm going to read this again. Psalm 16 and 10. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt shew me the path of thy life, and the presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. All right, so let's go in here. All right, in Psalm 16 and 10. All right. Let's get the word hell, which I just same thing. Sha'al, right?
Strong's H 7585. Sheol. Sheol. And second entry, Sheol. Sheol.
All right. Same thing. Grave, hell, pit. All right. So the Lord is never going to leave your spirit, your soul. That's your soul, your spirit. That's what makes this body work, man. Your soul, your spirit. The Lord said he's not going to be in no goddamn grave forever, man. All right. So let's go here real fast. Easy to debunk this right here. This is Matthew chapter 25 and 16. Salakia 46. Matthew 25 and 46. All right, so hold on. I better fellas go here. It's verse 46. It says, and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. So who's going to go into everlasting punishment? That's what you got to ask. Who's going to go into everlasting punishment? These other nations. Esau is not going to be in everlasting punishment because what? He's going to serve slavery for 1,000 years. Then his whole nation is going to be wiped out completely. All right. So, but the other nations, they're going to be serving slavery to who? The Israelites. That's going to be their hell. That's hell. Are they going to burn? No, they're not going to burn. They're just going to be in that hellish condition. They're going to have to serve us. That's going to be their hell because right now Esau's in his heaven. All right. That's why Donald Trump, Nero made that statement. Oh, he said, I want to go to heaven. You're already there, man. This is your heaven. All right. This is your heaven, Nero. And after this, you're going to hell, man. All right. You're going to your hell. And your kingdom is going to be turned to hell, man. Your kingdom is going to be turned to that lake of fire, man. All right, via those thermonuclear missiles, via the heavenly angels, led by Yahushua, shooting that concentrated heat on this place, man. All right, that's going to be hell. When you see those missiles in the sky about to hit this place, yeah, that's hell, man. You know, that's going to be the hell when it ignites this goddamn place, man. You know, but just a couple more scriptures. Let's go here, Mark. Let's go to Mark 9 and 43. All right, this is Mark chapter 9 and verse 43. Matter of fact, no, that's not a good one, because it's talking about going into matter of fact, I'll read it anyway. This is Mark chapter 9 verse 43. It says, and if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. You know, it's like somebody offend you, like your right hand man or whatever, you cut it off. All right, because it says, and if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having two hands to go into hell. You know, because hey, man, you follow after these people. Now watch this. And the hell is what? Gehenna. This is Yahushua speaking. Into the fire that never shall be quenched. Now, check this. And yo, when they talk about that fire, right? We're under fire now. Just like what John the Baptist said, what? That he baptized with water. But Yahushua, what? Baptizes in fire, man. Put that fire on you. All right. So these other nations, they're going to be under that fire, man. I'm telling you, they got hell to pay. When you say they got hell to pay, that's exactly what I mean. Hell. Not talking about the place where you're going to go. And this is Gehenna in this one, because this is the Greek. All right. So in this particular text, all right, in Mark 9, 43, it's talking about Gehenna.
Strong's G 1067. Gehenna.
All right, which is Gehenna. It says, all right, here it go. Once again, they're going to talk that BS. Then they're going to get, now here it go. This is what I wanted. All right. It says, because this is what Yahushua was referring to when all right, check it out. It says, Gehenna. It says, hell is the place of the future. That's what they saying. And this is false. It says, hell is the place of the future punishment called Gehenna, or Gehenna of fire, which that's like I just told you. All right. The place of punishment is going to be Babylon. All right. But check it out. It says this was originally the valley of Hinnom. All right. The valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned. You see that? That's what I was speaking on. The water, y'all watching me outside, watching me This is what I was actually looking for too. All right, it says, I'm gonna read this from the top. This is Gehenna in the Greek for hell, and this is what Yahushua referred to when he pointed at this place Henna, and he told the people that's hell basically. All right, check it out. It says hell is the place of the future punishment called Gehenna, or Gehenna of fire. This was originally the valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned. A fit symbol of the wicked and their future destruction. You see that? A fit symbol of the wicked and their destruction. So that's going into what? The destruction of Babylon, man. All right? A future destruction, a symbol of it. All the trash, you know, the filth, the dead animals. Because we started off with Revelations 21 and 8, man. All right. So what is it talking about? The abominable, you know, the liars, the whoremongers, all those ones. Those are the ones that's going to be burned in the lake of fire, man. And the righteous ones, the elect, is going to be delivered up out of that, man. All right. So I'm going to read this one more time for the hell is Gehenna. It says hell is the place. It says hell is the place of the future punishment called Gehenna, or Gehenna of fire. This was originally the valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned, a fit symbol of the wicked and their future destruction. That's what Yahweh Shah he was referring to when he talked about hell. So that Hinnom, south of Jerusalem. You could look that up on the matter of fact. Let's see if I can find it real fast, just to give you a visual of what he was talking about. Show me pictures on the map, the Valley of Hinnom. Okay, here we go. So all right, here we go. Boom. And yo, guess what? And that would make perfect sense because you have a valley is what? A valley is a low land, man. It's low. And America is known as the valley of the shadow of death. Why is it known as a valley? Because it's low in morals, low in everything, man. You know? This is a low land. So check this out. You got Hinnom. So now it shows you on the map, right? So you see Hinnom. What you got right here? The valley. This is the city. You know? Where all the people's at. So this is where the trash and everything was getting burned. All right? You see Mount Zion? All right? See if we get another picture. Let's see here. All right, it says ancient Jerusalem. Let's see what it shows us. But the Khan. It says, what the hell, Gehenna? Paul the Poke. All right, but check it out. It's just down in the same John a little bit, but check it out. Just all right. Hold up. See that? I want you to see the words. It says, what the hell? And then you still had a picture I showed you earlier with Hinnom, the Hinnom Valley. That's all the place was. That's what it's known as. But you know these damn Christians, oh well, just place where you're gonna burn, you're gonna go to hell. No, all that is just a tactic to furthermore keep the people scared and keep you under subjection to the bullshit that they spew out of their mouths. It's madness. All right, so we're going back in Mark chapter 9:43. It says, matter of fact, yeah, let's keep going. I'm gonna go to 44. It says, where the worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. Is not quenched. Yo, and the worm don't die where? In your grave. When you get put in the ground, the worms eat your body, man. The flesh. All right, your flesh is being eaten. All right, it says where the worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. All right. For the fire coming to Babylon is not, nobody's going to be able to put it out. It's going to burn and burn and burn and burn and burn for a long period of time. That's why it says it's going to burn forever and ever. It's going to be a long period of time because of all of the flammable materials here. And also you got, what's that? Yellowstone National Park, what's that? The Gaza or whatever. That's the biggest volcano in America, man. All right, so the Lord put this place here for he set up he created this place, man. So he knows how to get at it when he wants to. All right. So it's going to burn for a while. It says, man, that's it basically. All right. So let's go here to Job. My man Job. Let's go to Job. Just a couple quick ones, you know. I was just meditating on this, man. Dude talking about hell. It's Job 26 and 6. This is Job. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 5. All right, it says Job 26 and verse 5. It says, dead things are formed from under the waters, and the inhabitants thereof. Hell is naked before him, and destruction have no covering. So hell is naked before him. So what is hell? That's the grave. That's Chris says hell is naked before him. All right, there's no covering for destruction. The Lord got everything under control. And not once have we read in this, not once has it said, a place where it's going to burn forever. Your spirit goes down there. Once again, it says Shaw's. I know it's repetitive, but
Strong's
that's how we learn.
7585. Sheol. Sheol.
It's the same.
And second entry, Sheol.
Same thing.
Sheol.
Same thing. All right, it's the last scripture I want to bring out. All right, we're going to go to Revelation. I didn't even want this to be this long, but hey, Lord's willing is edifying. You know, it's just back to basic stuff, you know. Sometimes basic things is meat, though. Well, you know, it's all meat, you know. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 10. All right. It says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. You see that? And the devil, matter of fact, let's get the word devil. Should say diablos, if I'm not mistaken. Just this deceiver. All right. And who deceived the world? Yep, it was right, diablos. Slakia. So technically, if you want to say, there's a lot of people in hell right now. Just walk past the graveyard.
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Diablos. So basically, your spirit is going to hell. No, Slakia. Slip of the tongue. Your body is going to hell, the grave of the pit, but your spirit, like I said, so Ecclesiastes 12 and 7 tells you where your spirit goes, right back to God who gave it. All right, so it says Diablos prone to slander. Damn, who's that sound like? Esau. Slanderous, accusing falsely. And you got Israelite Diablos. You got Israelite devils too. All right. It says a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer. Says metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act the part of the devil, or to side with him. That would be like an adversary. All right, check it out. Going back. All right, so we have Revelations 20 and 10. It says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast, see that? Where the beast, you got NATO, the Roman Empire too, where the beast and the false prophet are, where the beast and the false prophet are, and that false prophet is the Roman Catholic Church, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. So when they talk about going to hell right there, fire and brimstone, you're going to be tormented, yeah, for that period of time, because the Lord is going to leave their spirit and their body once this destruction hits. Well, ultimately, they're going to perish. You know, their spirit's going to go back up, and then they're going to come back through the loins of their tribes. All right, they're heathenistic tribes, man, but that's what they are, heathens. All right, and they're going to be tormented, and our heaven is going to be their hell, and their heaven is our hell, man. All right. It says verse 11, but it says the headline, it says judgment of throne. Judgment at the throne. It says, and I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for him. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And yo, that's what's happening right now. All right, you're being judged day by day, every single day, man. We're being judged. Our actions are being recorded by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, heavenly angels, man. Well, the heavenly angels taking the information back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right, to see who's found worthy. All right. It says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death, here it goes, and death and hell, see that? And death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they would judge every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. All right. So if they say, well, you die, you're going to go to hell, bro. So how are you going to cast death and hell into the lake of fire? Death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. What's that? Death is all the sinning that we doing. You're never going to sin again. So it's going to be cast into the lake of fire to be burned up, this flesh. All right. The sin. All right. Hell, the condition, man, that we're in is going to be cast into the lake of fire for us. And our people are going to be cast in there. 2/3 of them. All right. But you're going to have the elect and the 1/3 be delivered, man. So again, hell is not a place that you burn for forever, man. All right. Let's read this again, verse 13. Revelation 20:13, it says in the Salaki. It says, Revelation 20:13, it says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire, which means what? Those ones that's predestined for salvation, they're not going to suffer that, man. All right. The Lord is not going to suffer them to go through that, to be burned. All right. Check this out. Let's get that in the NLT real quick. I'm going to close it up. Lord's will, like I said, this is edifying. As I said, back to basics, you know. Cuttings, here it goes, the final judgment. All right, in NLT, Revelations 20. Let's start at verse 10 again. It says, then the devil who had deceived them was thrown into the fiery lake of burning sulfur, joining the beast and the false prophet. There they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. Like I said, forever is a period of time. Like if you in the office, somebody like, man, this is taking forever. Yeah, well, it's going to seem like forever. Just like when we get in our kingdom in those 1,000 years where Esau is going to be in slavery, it's going to feel like an eternity to them. It's going to feel like forever, but is it actually forever? No, it's not. What's going to be forever is what? The kingdom of heaven, Yahweh Shah's kingdom is going to be forever, a world without end. That's forever. It don't say nothing like that about hell in the scriptures, man. All right, it says, verse 12. It says, I saw the dead, both great and small, standing before the Most High's throne, and the books were open, including the book of life. And the dead were judged according to what they had done as recorded in the books. The sea gave up its dead, and death and the grave. See that? And death and the grave. See that? That's hell. All right. And death and the grave gave up their dead, and all were judged according to their deeds. Then death and the grave were thrown into the lake of fire. See that? Death and the grave were thrown into the lake of fire. This lake of fire is the second death. All right. So death and hell was thrown in death in the grave. All right. Meaning what? We're not going to die anymore in the kingdom. But you other nations, you're going to die. You're going to be in hell, man. Yeah, and you're not capable of sinning because the law, statutes, and commandments wasn't given to you. Sin is what's the word I'm looking for? Transgression of the law. All right. Sin is transgressions of the law, man. Y'all can't transgress a law that wasn't given to you. All right. So check this out. It says, verse 15. It says, and anyone whose name was not found recorded in the book of life was thrown into the lake of fire, man. Hey, man. So that's basically what hell is. And I didn't mean to be on here this long, man. Just wanted to do something real quick. But Lord's willing, like I said, this was edifying. To the next lesson, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Arachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone. Shalom to the elect. To the next lesson, I'm going to say Mawafa Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.